Hi, I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we're the WW Gays. And welcome to 21 Questions.
Yeah, so we have a group of people waiting in a Zoom room right now.
This is weird because we've done this before, but we've done this with a friend of ours asking us these questions. But
and
now
we were a bit more prepared because she probably was like, oh, it's Jean-Luc and Nick, I'll be nice.
Now, these are people, well, we know a lot of these people.
They're nice to us too, but I think they might be a little tougher.
Well, they might be different. It'll be different because their questions, they don't know us personally. Like, we met some of them because they're all people that follow us on social media, and we thought this would be a great way for them to get to know us a little bit more, and then for you guys to get to know us even more.
So we'll get started. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. I have a question. It's mostly for Nick, but it says, I know, Nick, that you are a picky eater. Is there something that Chef Jean-Luc made that you hated but ate anyways because you didn't want to hurt his feelings?
No.
I love this question.
No, because the problem is, so I'll kind of give a backstory to my issues with food. I've actually been sick at the dinner table growing up. I can't, if I don't like something, I can't keep it down. Chocolate, like I as a baby, like if my mom tried to feed me chocolate, I don't like chocolate, I threw it up. Like I can't keep stuff down. So if you were to make me something I didn't like, I would not eat it. I would plainly say, sorry, hon, I don't like it, I don't eat it. Or I put it aside, I don't finish it.
That's never happened, actually. Now, I'm like, in the 12 years, I don't ever remember ever a time, but I've always made him things that I knew he would like.
Yeah.
He'd let me experiment a little bit, which I love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great question. Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah. Okay, so now...
Hope that was fun for you. She's like, no, I want him to say, no, there was crap, he sucks. That's what she was expecting. She's like,
hi, Arlene.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Not bad. Not bad for you guys.
Good.
Okay. It's going okay.
Okay. So my question's very simple. What is the first concert you went to, and how old were you?
So the concert I remember was Sharon, Lois, and Bram. That was the first one I ever went to. The elephant song. One elephant went up, right? To play.
And, they have a few songs, actually.
Which is funny because I'm with him. He loves elephants, so that's kind of weird. And, but the real, like, the concert with music
I was thinking, like,
Alanis Morissette was the first concert I went to with my friends in high school.
We sang her last night.
Yes, we did.
And we actually went and saw her Broadway show, which was awesome. My first concert...
She's from Ottawa.
Yep. Canadian, woo woo. That was so funny. My first concert, I want to say, from what I remember, was Bare Naked Ladies. I was a huge Bare Naked Ladies fan in high school, loved them to pieces, but I didn't get to see them finally until they were in Detroit, and I want to say I was like 19 or 20 at the time.
Cool.
Grade 9 was the album, all the way, love that.
Thanks, Arlene.
Hey, Rosie.
Hello.
How are ya?
So my question is inspired by a show that I know a few of us watch.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Start your engines.
What advice would you tell your younger self?
We've actually had this conversation because I would first of all say that dreams can come true. Because I've explained before my dream. I don't know if I'll explain on a live video now, on a video that's actually on YouTube. As a kid, I used to watch the movie Death Becomes Her. We watched it last night. It's one of my favorite movies. And in the movie, it stars Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis, and...
Cole Snow's version, I mean.
Yes, anyways. So in the movie, they take a potion that makes them young again. And so I used to dream as a kid that I would take this potion that would make me thin. And so... I dreamt this for years, and my teenage years, even in my adulthood, sometimes that dream would always happen. And now I feel like that dream, I did take that potion.
It's called water, it helps. Right? Water, that's the potion.
So I took the potion in my mind, and I achieved that dream. So that to me is that I would go back and show them that dreams do come true, and that things do get better. Like I was a very unhappy child. Well, unhappy child, not in the sense I was unhappy with my family, but I've talked about school and stuff like that.
You had turmoil within yourself.
Was something that was hard to,
And I think for myself, the advice I would give myself is celebrate what you can. I was never one to boast for myself. I never have. Still to this day, I sit there and I sing a song and I'm always like, oh, it's not good enough. So I would say, start saying and start being proud of what you are good at and telling people about it. And it's not bragging, it's just, it's being truthful. And yes, the cat came by. We had
cat
the cat
clips. Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I would have been able to, I would tell myself to, it's okay to be proud of what you can do.
Yeah.
It's okay to be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Thanks, Rosie.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you. Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm always worried I'm gonna what's
a bit of a different spin here, and I'm going to make you think of it. You can both answer this. Which one of these animals is most like you, and why?
Okay.
A zebra, or a tiger, or a rabbit?
I think I'm a rabbit.
Why?
Because,
I know why.
Because I'm very, I call myself ADHD. I multitask a lot. Like if people were to see what I do in a day, like when I'm sitting on the couch back here, when I'm doing stuff, I'll literally jump from, I have to make a graph here, I have to edit this video, I have to, oh, there's people messaging me here, I have to enter this here, oh, there's another reservation, there's somebody else wants us to visit a workshop. I'm doing that all the time. That's what I do. I'm very like go, 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 and a rabbit is very go, 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 and that's what I think I would be.
And you forgot one thing.
What?
He also likes to hide sometimes in his little hole,
yes,
like rabbits like to do. And
yes,
when you said rabbit, at first I was like,
I'm not a tiger,
no,
for sure,
no,
and I'm not a zebra.
I'm curious to think what he thinks.
I know what I think you are.
I'm a tiger.
I was gonna use zebra.
Really? No.
I thought stylish and,
no,
and serene.
I know I'm a tiger. I'm a tiger because I'm always in front of people. I'm always, even though I don't want to lead people, it's not something that it's so funny. I love training people and I love talking to people, but leading and managing people I don't like, and I find tigers just have this presence where the pack follows, and it's not like I think I have followers, but I know also that I'm docile, where, like a cat, where I just like to, get the love and affection. I feel like I relate myself to Saba a lot, because Saba is just, he's transformed, and I think that's exactly where
Saba's completely different.
And I feel in my own way I'm the same, but yet I'm different. I'm very different because of the proud of earlier, because I'm now proud of what I've become.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Hi. Well, I have a different take on this too. I'd like to know what your favorite songs are and why they're your favorite songs and what they mean to you.
Well,
our song is Bananarama, Move in My Direction.
That's our song, and the reason being was because Nick would bring me to the gym.
No, let's go back. Yeah. When Jean-Luc and I first met, we were still not fully, how proud gay guys. No. We were still reserved a bit. At work, no one knew I was gay for 3 years. No one knew he existed.
Knew I was.
No one knew he existed for the first 3 years at work, because I would not tell anyone. I was always afraid that my career would be impacted by for the fact that I'm gay. So that was always a worry when I first started working. So for me, when we met, we realized that like the song says at one point, "Why does wrong feel so right?" And so when we realized, and we were at the gym when we heard it.
We were in the gym locker room, and the song was playing, and we kept hearing it because they were on a loop radio station. So every time we'd go to the gym, we'd hear the song. And we're like, we need to download it. And then we got to listen to the actual lyrics, and is Move in My Direction, I'll show you where to go. And it's about two people doing something that people are looking at in a bad way, but yet it feels so correct.
Yeah.
And that's a part of, that song's always on our playlist.
My favorite song, and again, people will laugh at me, my favorite song.
I don't even know what it is anymore.
I'll say this, okay, I was obsessed for years with Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Yep.
That song, I had about 20 different versions
of
that song on my iPod back in the day, and I would listen to the same song all day,
and
constantly.
When Nick gets obsessed with a song, we hear it over and 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 over. I like, honestly, it is on all the time. So that's Nick. I think for myself, my favorite song would have to be, and it's a song that I sing actually. It's Josh Groban's "You Raised Me Up." It's my favorite song in the whole wide world. It speaks so much to me in certain ways, like the lyrics behind there, and it's almost like I look at it as people raise me up, but you also raise yourself up as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's something behind that song, and the fact that I'm able to sing it really speaks to me also.
And the thing is, for me too, like music was always an escape for me. It was always like, I like happy music because it was what made me feel. So I always like gravitate towards you'll notice my music is very bouncy and like.
Our music has now melded. We are now no longer
I used to be very techno back
and I was
in the day,
very adult contemporary.
And we kind of went.
And now it's a little mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Thanks, Donna.
Oh, that's good answer. It's great.
Hi, Fiona.
Hi, guys.
People might know Fiona from TikTok.
Yes. She's
Just
famous.
saying.
How's it going?
I have a question for you guys. You're going to rat each other out. What is your pet peeve about your spouse?
Everyone knows mine, and I think if raise the hand, the ones who know mine. Jean-Luc leaves everything open. Everything open all the time. And it still happens, and I just go behind and close it. I used to say stuff when we first met. Now I just walk behind him and close everything.
I sometimes do it on purpose now.
He does. I know he does it on purpose. It still bugs me.
Yeah.
My mentality is the fridge is open and it's wasting electricity, and it's the planet needs to have less waste, and so you're leaving it open and you're wasting all that energy. That's what I'm thinking about.
And my biggest pet peeve.
So I started something.
Oh no!
No, this is nothing.
Trust me. My biggest pet peeve of Nick's.
It doesn't happen as much in the summer. You said it. You talked about it before. Kleenex.
No, it's not even that. You know what it is? I will say this, and he knows this too, though, because I told him this before. It's when I do something by accident.
I give him a look.
And he gives me the dirtiest look in the whole wide world. Like, I've done it on purpose. Like, I literally grab a glass and I spilled it, and I did it by accident. But to him, the look he gives me is as if I picked it up and just poured it on purpose. And I'm like, hun, it was an accident.
I don't get mad at you for doing it.
No, he just goes.
I just my facial.
His
I can't
facial
hide.
expressions,
I can't hide the fact that
his annoyance.
crap, we gotta clean this up too, and so that's where my face goes. I don't.
That's the thing that annoys me about it.
And I still go around and clean it up.
He does.
So that's I did it yesterday too. Of course yesterday as we're cleaning the kitchen. The last the wine container
he does it
broken,
to himself too, though.
Falls over and it has Splenda, and there was the fan, so it flew Splenda all over the living room.
And Splenda is so light, like it just.
We have to re-vacuum the entire room again.
Yeah, he was very upset, and the funny thing is it's just the sand. It's just the sand. I love that, Fiona.
Especially after we had finished cleaning the entire condo already, and I had to vacuum again. Ooh, more activity points.
Thanks again, Fiona. Hi, Daddy.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, you?
Excellent.
Doing good.
Good. So this question is one for each of you.
Okay.
So, Nick, if you could only do one of these things for a year, which would you pick? Would you pick riding roller coasters or eating poutine?
Eating poutine. I would pick.
I'm sure. He loves roller coasters too, though. So that's a really good.
There's a reason why we created the carrot one. We have it at least like twice a month, and then my regular one in the store. Like as a kid, I would walk to any restaurant, and every meal I would have was poutine. Every single restaurant as a kid. Ask my mom; she'll tell you it was always poutine and hamburger.
Even when we first met.
And when we first met,
his very first birthday we celebrated together. I asked him, "What kind of cake do you want?" He goes, "No, I don't want cake. I want poutine." So at midnight. On his birthday, we were at a karaoke bar, and the waiter delivered him a poutine with birthday candles in it because he wanted.
I love it, and I've talked to people about the fact that I'm not a sweets person. I've become more of a sweets person being with him because he's a very sweets person. I'm a very savory. At buffets, my last plate was always more food.
Yeah.
I would go for another plate of food before even I didn't care about dessert. I never have, and so that to me, poutine is like oh, I mean now I want one.
Sorry.
That's okay. I haven't had one in months, though.
And for Jean-Luc, if you could only do one of these things for a year, which would you pick? Would you receive letters and cards from your fans for a year, or have your own cooking show for a year?
Oh wow, that's like
That's not fair. answer.
That's hard because I don't even know what to pick. I think
the cooking show. As much as I would love letters, but maybe eventually I'd be able to get letters after the cooking show. But yeah, I would love a cooking show or something like that. I know we would love it.
We love doing this kind of, and we realize as more we're doing it, even when we're doing live stuff now, like at work, we're doing a live thing for work right now where we're sharing our journey and sharing our tips for just a healthier lifestyle. We've actually realized that we're getting better in live events as well, and so we can actually
we're becoming way more comfortable, and we can bounce off each other without even thinking of it. So it's like in our kitchen, like when we work around each other in the kitchen.
Yeah. Hi, Kim.
Hello, my boys.
How's it going?
Good.
It's going great. I'm so having so much fun. This has been awesome.
We love it. It's fun, like sharing, especially because we don't get to actually share all this stuff live all the time, and we don't know what to talk about. Like, you guys are bringing up the conversations and making us think.
So my question to you guys, you have a famous YouTube channel. You now have over 3,500 members in your Facebook group. You have a worldwide following. You've cross-country skied, and you've done your helicopter ride. What's next?
Skydiving.
Skydiving is one of the next things in terms of adventure. It's one of the next things that we wanted to do.
We actually have someone here in Hamilton who's asked us to go with her. She's a WW
she did
member.
It today, actually.
Was it today
yeah,
they were going?
She posted it today.
And
it's
she,
Barb.
Barb, and she's asked us several times to go, and we really want to go. It's just right now we're not feeling the whole social distancing thing right now. Yeah. Although we'd be really far apart from people, but actually someone would be attached to me, so no.
Yeah, so
not yet.
So not yet, but that's definitely something that we
want to do.
In terms of future other things, it's definitely we want to work on that book series that we've alluded to, the recipes and other topics that we want to
definitely.
That's one of the next things we want to start doing.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Cool.
Thanks, Kim.
Well, I'll definitely live vicariously through you, watching you skydive, because I have no.
We also want to do the CN Tower Edge Walk.
That's
one we want to do as well. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back on.
Okay, that I might join you on.
We also want to do want to go back to Cedar Point amusement park because I could not fit. We both have never been able to fit on one roller coaster there ever, and so we'd love to go back and be like
the Twisted Sister,
and take a selfie on it and be like, yeah, I fit now, and just be like, finally, like
NSV all the way,
complete NSV. Last time I went there, I couldn't fit on 5 coasters, so it was a really sore spot for me. So they can't wait to do that someday.
Thanks, Kim. So Carol, how are ya?
Hi guys, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good. I was wondering what has been the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
I think moving here. This was the most spontaneous thing we've ever done.
As much as like moving is never really spontaneous, it was something we never thought we would ever do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when we bought our first townhouse, when we rented the first townhouse, we planned for it, we studied, we took time. When we did it for the house, same thing. It was years that we worked to save up money to do this. When we came to find this, it was just like literally we were walking downtown last May. He turned to me and says, I could live in Toronto. And I said, okay, let's go. And then we found this place within like 3 months.
Yeah, we had found this place way before. We knew about this place, but we weren't looking to move till October. So we knew it only took us like 3 months to decide to sell our house, move, and go.
Yeah, we literally put up our house in May, sold our house
in
bought
May,
a new condo, and moved by October.
We were very lucky. Our neighbors bought our house.
Yes, our neighbors bought our house.
People 2 doors down from us bought the house.
So we've actually been back. We've seen what it looks like. They've made some renos. So it's cool. It's cool. So we can't wait to go back again and see all the things they're doing to that old house we used to live at. So they did invite us to go to the pool and have a pool party with them when everything's cleared up,
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else spontaneous. That is the most spontaneous. When you really think about it.
Because we're not very
spontaneous.
Planners. We are very big planners. We are very big planners that we like. We like knowing everything's are scheduled. That's why you guys know I have my list.
Yeah, we've always even said, let's try to book a last minute trip, and we've never done it. Oh, no, Saint Martin, but it was still planned because it was a couple months later. Yeah. It was never like, let's jump on a plane to go somewhere.
I wish I could be like that sometimes, but I'm so like, I'm so anxiety. Anxiety is what does it for me. I have to know what's happening. Otherwise, I'm like,
Thanks for the questions.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb. How are you? Hi, Barb.
Hi. So my question is more a little bit about your journey.
Okay.
Along the way, of course, when you're tracking all the time, you're following a plan, but then you get on the scale and you're up. And then the next week, maybe you're down 1 pound, but then you're up again. And it's a back and forth. But you're following the plan well. You're tracking every day. You're doing what you're supposed to do. How have you dealt with all that?
So one of the things that we talk about a lot to people is that when we came back to WWE this 6th time, again, this was our 6th time restarting on WWE, we applied the mentality of forever when we came back. So when we try something on this journey, if we don't like it, we stop doing it. When we try something and we like it, then we say, okay, I like this recipe, I like this activity, I like this mindset, and we keep it part of our journey. And what happens is that these new things, we love them so much that it's replaced a lot of our old habits. Now, it still happens to us. I reached goal February 2019. I have never been lifetime. So I reached goal almost over a year ago, and I've never been able to get back to that goal weight. I actually now switched my goal weight to 170. I went up 6 pounds so that I can actually, it makes it more feasible for me. But I have gone through the ups and downs for the last year. And for me, though, this journey, that forever aspect of it makes me keep going no matter what. Even if I have a month where I'm eating off track and I'm not tracking anything, I eat whatever I want, I'm not working out, the next month or the next time I can start really focusing again, I just do it again. And what's happened is that back in the day, the times in between us joining back or restarting or refocusing used to be months and years in between. And now it's been reduced to months, weeks, days. And that's what's changed for us. We try to go back, not maybe 100% all the time, we try to go back.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. We don't look at what we did, we look at what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We look forward and say, why am I going to harp on what I wasn't able to achieve when I can just say, I'm going to try something and I'm going to do this. Yeah. I'm able to do this.
Yeah, and so
because we know we've succeeded before.
Yeah.
We know we've succeeded before, so we don't allow one little hiccup to destroy everything that we succeeded at.
And that's another thing we always tell a lot of people about the whole finding what you like today. Because when you reach goal in lifetime, that's when you reach there, you can't just go back to your old habits.
Yeah.
Like you can't all of a sudden say, well, I've reached it, here's the magic wand, poof, you're done, you're cured. And
that's why the forever mentality has really allowed us to know that these are things we are going to be doing for the rest of our lives.
And that's why I think a lot of people, when they start doing a program and they start seeing a slow weight loss, they get discouraged because they're like, wow, this isn't working. But the thing is, by doing it that way, you're still living your life and enjoying things and having fun. You're not depriving yourselves of anything. Yes, it's slow, but you're always moving in the right direction. You're not moving in the opposite direction. And that's what we've kind of accomplished with that. No matter what, even though we're going to keep going up and down, we don't want to go back all the way where we used to be back in the day. And so we always set forward and try to do the best we can every day, even if that doesn't mean it's the best thing that we can do that day.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Barb.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Haven't seen you guys in so long.
It's been a while.
My question is, what is your favorite quality in each other? So one answer first, and then the other.
So he's a very generous person. Before I met Jean-Luc, I was not the way I am today. I was more, I guess I will say self-centered. I was more self-centered. I would not, he would always say, oh, we're going to someone's house, we should bring a bottle of wine. I'd be like, why? Like, I would never think of a reason why that would be a good idea. And he'd be like, that's what you do. And I was like, oh, okay. And so he's taught me generosity and being kind to others. So a lot of the stuff that we do, that's why he's the one that answers a lot of the questions when it comes to responding to people, because he's better at that. He's more of that's one of his qualities. I'm not saying I'm like a self-centered, bitch or anything, but I mean, I know I'm not as good as he is. So I know I'm kind. I know I'm a generous person. I try to be.
He's very kind, very generous.
But I'm not. He's also brought that out of me a lot more, and I think he's even done it to my mom. He's changed my mom too, because I think that's the thing that for our family, the way we it's something.
I know I make your mom laugh a lot.
Yes, you do.
I make your mom laugh a lot
too.
You make people laugh a lot in general.
I try.
I try.
The quality I love the most about Nick would be his, and I know it sounds like a funny quality, I love his brain. And I know, and when I say he's bright, his organizational skills, how he can do so many things all at once, and everything he does, he touches, and it turns to it's magic. Like, he actually has that magic touch. And I love that he's just able to.
I always didn't think I was that smart until he pointed it out.
Oh
to
my
me.
god!
I always thought I was like, I'm mediocre.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, he's the smartest man I know. He is the most intelligent person.
I always felt that was below average.
Far from it. Far from it. Thanks,
you,
Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, guys.
Go and then.
And hi, Marjorie.
Hi, boys.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay, my question is, when you are dreaming, what body do you have? Your body now or your old body?
I actually have mine now. That's changed. I see myself like this now. I don't see myself the old way anymore. It's taken 2 years.
Yeah.
It's taking a long time. When
we post these videos of us from years back,
I'm like, who is that?
We can't believe that was us.
Yeah. Like, I know that's him. I lived with him.
I remember that moment.
I've been with him for like 12 years.
Yeah.
We don't do anything apart. I'm in the video with him. I'm like, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
Like, who is that? Like, and then me, I see myself. In that video, I know that's me. Like, I know it's me. But when I see him, it feels like it's a completely different person.
Yeah, and I'm the same way with you. Like, I remember it's like myself in my dreams, I'm like this. I don't usually remember my dreams very often. And Nick looks like this. This is Nick. Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, that means it's going to stay off.
Maybe. We hope so.
We will do anything and everything we can to hopefully make it stay off.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know,
Try
right?
our best every day.
We are going to do our 80%, our 80-20 rule.
Yeah. Thanks, Martin.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, we're driving home.
Yeah.
Okay, so favorite destination. Okay, so a place that we've been.
Yep.
I have to say it was Rome. Rome was amazing.
And and it's so funny because we have the same taste when we do our trip. Like, we love the same stuff. Favorite destination was Rome. Favorite experience was helicopter ride.
Yeah. And favorite things that our dream of ours.
That wasn't the question though, so we have to stop.
I want to talk about the dream of ours.
That's not a question.
Okay, Casey can ask that.
Yes.
Go ahead, Casey.
Go ahead and ask your question, Casey.
What's your favorite place that you dream of?
Okay, so that one, there is a cruise
Yep.
that we saw when we were on Celebrity. There's a cruise that starts in Hawaii
And goes to
Australia. And along the way stops in Bora Bora, Tahiti, New Zealand. And so these are all locations we want to visit.
It's a 17 or 21 day cruise. So yeah, those are all places that we would absolutely love to visit.
And for us, like, flying to each of these locations would be enormously lots of money, and we could never afford it.
Well, plus the lodging while you're there.
Like, it's expensive. So by doing it on a cruise, we get to see each place, and we get to explore and walk around.
And then still feel like we're being pampered because they treat you well on a cruise.
Yeah, so that's definitely like we would.
Hopefully they still do.
But like that's the reason. All those, if someone would fly us all 5 locations and let us stay there for a week at each place, we would say that too.
Definitely.
We're just saying that's the trip that we want. That's the one where we're dreaming of. That's our dream trip right now that we want to do.
Thanks, guys. Hi, Lynn.
Hi. You're both inspirational and motivational and speak from the heart. The question is, how do you handle negative comments you get on social media and in your personal life because of your lifestyle?
It's tough. What's funny is that for you guys don't see, like, we see every single stat, right? So every time any comment is made on anything, we see it. And a lot of times we actually walk in before anybody else has seen it and we mute it or block it or ban the person so that nobody else sees it. So we get to see a lot more than you guys actually see. We've been told you guys are going to hell, you guys deserve to die. We've been told many things across the board because of who we are as a couple.
And I honestly think now, because
it still affects us.
It does, but I think this whole mindset mentality that we've adopted has really allowed us to filter this negativity.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It's not my issue that they don't like me.
Yeah.
I've finally come to terms with realizing that I don't need to be liked by everybody. No. And it's okay. Yeah. It's tough to finally realize that we need to have a variety of people out in the world for the world to work and exist. If we were all the same, the world would be boring and we would never learn from each other. And I think what ends up happening is the more we talk and the more we express ourselves, the more people can change. And I do believe change is possible. And I believe people who maybe went down a bad path can go down a good path.
I do believe in that.
As long as they believe in themselves, you know, and sometimes they need to just be around the right person, and sometimes the person they would think is the wrong person could be that person that really influences the change. And I hope that that's what we can model for those people.
So it still affects us, like even when people unsubscribe from us, people like give us a downward thumb, like it's still, we still see it like oh. But then I look over to the left and it says 121 likes and, you know, 7,000 subscribers. I'm like, okay,
so
I guess we're not doing too bad.
Same as the journey. We don't look at the amount of times we get the thumbs down. We look at all of our thumbs up instead. We don't let those one little moments destroy the immense gratitude that we get from all of you.
And you have more people who love you than hate. There you go.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
Hey guys, so this one, what's the one thing that you've discovered about yourself that you didn't expect to discover?
Oh, I like that question.
I never realized how strong I was. So as a kid, I would be in school and we'd be in gym class, and the teacher would say, oh, do this and do that. And I think maybe it was not just me, it was just the fact that I was always a bigger kid. I was always looked like, oh, he won't be able to do this. And so I felt that kind of thought in myself that I couldn't do anything. I wasn't strong enough to do anything. And now when we're doing our step classes and I'm actually able to do a push-up, which is something I never would have been able to do when I was a kid. Even as a kid, I wasn't able to do that. I remember they would try to make us climb the ropes in the gym to try to touch the top. I was never able to do that because I was such a big kid and I had no strength. I think I could do it now. I think I could do a rock wall climbing. I think I can actually do that now, where as a kid I was never able to. So I feel that I gained the strength in myself, but not the fact that I changed to become stronger. I was always that strong. I just never knew it, and now I own up to the fact I am a strong person in terms of strength. That's one thing that shocked me. And
I just came up with your 6-word sentence, Nick. Can't is not in my vocabulary.
Love it. That's a great one. For myself, the one thing I think, I don't think. I finally feel like the person I was meant to be. And I know if that makes any sense, but I finally feel like when I look at myself in the mirror.
But it's not just that too, hon. It's like Jean-Luc wanted to be a singer. Like, I know, Rosie, you've spoken about this as well. Like, Jean-Luc wanted to be a singer. Like, when he was a kid, he has a great voice, and that's what his path was supposed to be originally. That's what he wanted to do. But from Windsor and the chances of him getting discovered, and of course, you had issues with the way he thought that no one would pick him because he thought, I don't have the look. And so now to have everybody watch him, last night he got to sing in front of you guys, and just having people hear him sing, that's what he loves doing. He loves having people just hear him sing. So he gets to live some of his childhood dreams, and I've talked about this before, and we've had this discussion about that.
Greetings from Nova Scotia.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Awesome.
So, living here in Nova Scotia, surrounded by the beach. Of course, I think that my question's going to have to be this. So sometimes we hear life described, for the things in our life, the details, as rock, pebbles, things. Sand being kind of the granular things that maybe, some people maybe that are sandpaper people that rub you the wrong way. So what are maybe a sand issue in your life that you would like to see gone?
Sand issue in my life.
That's a great question.
I think the one stress we have right now is the fact that we have family far away. If there was a way for us to fix that distance between it's really hard having a family member. My family is 4 hours north, and my family is 3.5 hours in the opposite direction, and the rest of my family is 3 hours in the other direction. So we have Ottawa, Sudbury, and Windsor. So it's very hard for us to get to see everyone. Like a lot of people, they go back to their hometowns, and for some, their whole family, or they're living in the same city as some of their relatives. We have zero family in Toronto at all. So when we want to see family, we have to travel, and that's really hard on us. It takes a lot of time, and we would love to see our moms more often. Like
I'd love to have weekly dinners with my mom.
And we would love to. Like we see people have these dinners with their family. We're so jealous sometimes because we would love to have that.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that if we could somehow fix it somehow,
that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
it would be absolutely.
You agree?
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Thanks, Gail. Hi, Heather.
Be a while before we get to go on cruises or probably travel internationally.
Yeah.
So, in Canada, what would be on your bucket list?
We're dying. This is so funny.
So we've actually had an idea.
Yeah.
We actually ran this idea last year to WW about doing an East Coast tour of like locations and stuff like that. So we're thinking that next summer, we might do a trip through the East Coast.
Driving. And hit workshops along the way when we can.
When we can, or visit people. Say, hey, we're in Halifax. Who wants to meet up at this location? And we're hoping that things are cleared up a little bit more by then, because Canada's doing a lot better than a lot of other places. But that's one of the things we wanted to do. We've talked about it before, and we'd love to do that. I think at some point. Yeah,
I think even doing something cross Canada would be fantastic. We'd love to be able to visit every single province.
Hey, we've had a dream of having a bus that we just drive across the country.
Yeah.
And Monday we're in here, and Tuesday we're here.
And we would of course have it would be a glamper.
Keikos and Saban would be with us.
Oh, they would totally be in the bus.
We all of us together traveling the country. Yeah.
We could not have it without them.
We couldn't be without them.
Love that question.
Thank you.
Thanks, Heather.
Ed, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I would totally answer that question.
I wanted to be a priest. At the age of 5 years old, I wanted to be a priest. There was a priest at our church who had an amazing singing voice, and he got to wear the most beautiful gowns. That's my head. I would see this man
singing
that
gowns.
was allowed to wear a robe but not be judged for it. And that's what impressed, that stuck to me forever. And when my parents would ask me at 5 years old, what do you want to be? I want to be a priest. I didn't know how to vocalize it till I was a lot older. And the reasons why, this priest was an amazing priest. He was a great singer. At a young age, he even brought me to listen to one of his tapes that he had recorded when he was really young. And he saw a lot of me in him. Unfortunately, and he's still a priest. He's a fantastic man, and funny that I don't think I would become a priest anymore, mind you. But yeah, I respect the vows that he's made, but I never thought,
I wanted to be a historian. I love history. Growing up, I still to this day, you can put me on Wikipedia for hours and I'll just the War of 1812. And I was like, oh, the War of 1812.
Yes, don't ask him to go searching about airplane crashes right before you go on an airplane, because he's done that. He told me all the horror stories.
I love history. I actually have a minor in classical studies. So my major in university is math. And I have a minor in classical studies.
He doesn't think he's smart.
I took a lot of history classes, a lot of medieval times, Roman and Greek history, I love it. The only thing is, I knew growing up that I don't think I could have done. I knew I couldn't be a teacher. That I don't have the ability to teach. I know I don't have the patience to be around children and teach them.
I think that's where you need to change that, because I'm the same way. Teaching children I could not do, but
praise all the teachers out there, because
other adults, training other adults, doing a training is different than teaching in certain ways. So that I can totally see you as a trainer. So that went off.
So that to me a
shocker.
History. It was I love history and geography. I can name all the countries in the world and their locations. All the states. I know all the states where they are. All the provinces.
But yet again, he's not smart. Don't forget that, right?
I went to a university where people were very smart. My average was very below a lot of people, okay? A lot of people got way better grades than I did.
Thanks for the question, Joyce.
Thank you.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi. This is another drag question.
Yeah!
What would your drag name be if you were a drag queen?
Well, mine would be Dudun de Matin. If it's using the real,
if you use your childhood
pet
in the street we lived on.
I sent a general
one, not that
I don't
one.
know. I don't
What
know.
you want to call yourself?
Okay.
I don't know.
It's hard, I know.
I think mine would be
Benda Snap.
and
Benda Snap. That's what you mind, like the Bend and Snap.
and mine would be oxymoron.
Oxymoron. I'd be Brenda Snap.
You'd be
Brenda
Brenda
Snap.
Snap, and I'd be oxymoron.
Yeah, Brenda Snap.
But my real one, for like, if you use the whole, if you guys want to do
mine's
the
Dudun de Matan.
Mine's, and I like my other one. It's Princess Balfour. But I still like oxymoron better.
Yeah, oxymoron.
Yeah.
Not moron.
No, moron.
How are you gonna make them say it right though?
Oh, don't worry. I will make them say it right, sister.
Okay. Thanks,
There's my
Rosie.
drag queen coming out. Thanks, Rosie.
You're welcome.
Trisha.
Hi guys again. This has been so much fun.
Okay.
What is your favorite time of day and why?
I know mine.
Mine's when I wake up.
Me too. Stop stealing my answers. I love waking up in the morning because he's beside me.
Yeah. I know it's cheesy.
It's cheesy, but it's true. I love waking up in the morning.
It's funny because guys, it's funny because
beside
before we started doing this YouTube channel, people used to like go "Ugh," when they saw us because we're so like, oh, we love each other, and it's true. We love being together. We spend every single waking moment together right now. We have not been apart in 18 weeks. We've been in every single location, grocery stores, trips, working every day,
I did groceries
nonstop.
a
And
few
we
times
had
a month
one.
without him.
We had
He's
one
lying.
fight, right? We had one very big blowout fight.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that. Yeah.
Well, we yelled.
Yeah, one argument.
One argument that went
Heated
a
argument.
heated argument. But we really love spending time together. We cherish every day, and that's the reason why our why works so well for us.
And it's so funny, the things that we even said earlier about that annoy us, they actually...
I just expect it now. Like, oh, it's open. Okay.
They're also endearing to us at the same time, because if you ever stopped doing that, it would annoy me, I think.
No, but what's funny is that it's like, he's trying to get me activity points. He's like, he wants me to close things behind him. He just wants me to work my arms. They're a little flabby. I need to work them a bit more.
Love it. Thanks, Patricia.
So my question to you guys is, who inspires you?
I actually, and I'll be honest, when I joined my current job, what did I tell you? What did I tell you when I joined that job?
He told me he wants to emulate what I do at work in his new work position. That was a huge compliment.
Yeah,
took that
I
as a
told
huge
him,
compliment.
I said, I want to be more like you because I see how people respond to you, so I want to change the way I approach people. I was not a person who could do a lot of small talk. I had a hard time. I've talked about this a lot. Growing up bullied, especially because of my French, I had a fear of speaking to people. I've talked about it. I had a huge fear of speaking to people, and so when I met him and he tried to get me out of that fear, when I started my current job, I said to him when I started, I want to be more like you. I want to approach people. I want to chat with people. I want to talk with people and get people to know me and not be just that guy in the corner that no one knows about.
And as much as Nick is a huge inspiration to me, I'm finally trying to find inspiration in myself and trying to inspire myself because I never did before. Again, that was one of my weaknesses where I never thought I was good enough at doing anything I did. So now, and by appreciating what I do and talking about it and being proud of it, I inspire myself to do
If
more.
you could have anyone as your dinner guest, who would it be? Anybody.
Anybody?
It would be Oprah Winfrey, honestly. If we could have Oprah over for dinner, and we're very honest. It's not like we're the major Oprah groupies, because we're not.
I watched maybe 2 of her episodes of her show. Like I never watched her. I was too young.
I watched her
more
talk
than
show a lot, and I loved it, and I love who she is, and I love who she represents, and I love that she's real.
And people have pointed out to us, like, our mentality, the way we think,
We
is
have it would be very interesting to have a conversation
Yeah.
with her. I think dinner would be fun.
Yeah.
It would just be a very interesting conversation, and the fact that she is a powerful black woman is huge inspiration.
I have an answer.
I think that alone, the perspective that she's gone through and the experiences that she's lived through would be amazing to actually come from her.
I have an answer. You said anyone, right? Dead or alive?
Yeah.
My dad. My dad passed away in 2013, before all of this, so he never got to see me succeed. and be able to do this because I struggled with my weight my entire life. You also didn't see what we became and what we're doing. If my dad was alive right now, he would be on this show all the time.
He would have his hand up asking questions right now.
He would be here all the time. I remember going to the grocery store when I was going to university. He'd be like, "My son's going to Waterloo," and he would always like talk about me and pull me up. And so
he loved me to pieces, and he
loved talking to people. So he would be He
was the first man, like when I was out with Nick, and he was the first adult man that I actually felt comfortable being gay around, who was straight, who was heterosexual. He didn't even bat an eye when Nick introduced us to, like, it was okay, let's just hang out, so it would be a great dinner. I would love to have dinner with him again.
Thanks.
Hi, Heather.
Hi. I had another question, but following up on what Lynn's question was, if Oprah was there for dinner, what would be the first question you'd like to ask her?
I would actually ask her, how are you? Like, literally, like, how are you? Like, you're this conglomerate, like, you run the world almost. Yeah. Like, how are you? Like, how are you doing? I would just like to know what a person at that level, what their how are you is. You know what I mean? Because the rest of us, like, oh, I'm going to work, and this is how is she? That's how I want to know.
And I think my question to her would be, what makes you tick? Because I know it sounds funny.
Like, what's her why?
What makes her
do this?
What makes her do what she's done her entire life? Like, what was her calling? Like, how did this
all happen?
Yeah, because we know it, but I think coming from her would be very different, especially if we were in an intimate setting where cameras weren't on. And
that's what I mean about asking how are you? Because if we were, like, when we met Mindy Grossman, when we had that one-on-one conversation, it was like a back and forth regular chat, so it was a lot easier to just talk about anything, right? And I think that's what would be the same thing with her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, let's hope this video goes viral.
Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
So, if you can go back and do anything in your life over again, what would it be?
Nothing.
Uh-oh. Nothing?
No, it's funny because, like, I would have, my used to answer used to be, oh, I'd go back and tell myself, why can't you learn how, like, here's what you need to eat, here's what you need to do, you'll lose weight, start now. And then that's but it would change my direction in life. I might not have met him. And so, like, every moment leads to where we're at. I might not be here right now sharing this and inspiring other people for their own lives. And so I think everything had to happen the way it was. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of changed that mentality in me. So even though I would change a lot of stuff.
And going back, I think, and I mean, if I could go back, and there's a caveat to my going back, if I could go back but not change meeting Nick and changing that, I don't want to go back to change an aspect of my life. The one thing that I think is I wish I would have been a more diligent student. Because I was always the student that could get a passing grade, and I know, and it's awful. I would just get the passing grade and I'd be okay with that. I never had to study very hard because I would still, and I'm not saying that I would get 50s and 60s, but I'd be on your average C plus B plus B, like that would where I'd say but if I actually put a little effort into it, I would have probably been an A+ student. I think that would have changed a lot in me, in as far as, it hasn't changed who I am because I've still become very successful, but I think I might have had a different outlook on things.
Thank all of you guys for joining us today. So we'll end the recording here. So thank you for joining us on our channel. If you enjoyed this 21 questions, or actually I think 25 questions now.
I might have lost count at some point because I'm like, did I check that person?
Please let us know in a comment below. Also, you can subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscribe button.
You can find us on all social media by using #WWGays.
And you can also find us on our website, wwgays.com.
And who knows, we might come up with another 21 questions at some point.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys.